I got roasted a little bit in the comments yesterday by David Plumley. He said, "I like it when the guy with the big face says an NBA player needs to lose some weight. Get out of here with that, punk, man. Come on, man. I'm not hating on Kenneth Lofton Jr., but he could. There's some certain players that need to shed a little bit. I'm not in the NBA, bro. Okay, I don't need to lose weight. I can sit in this chair at 900 pounds. You know what I mean?"
Let's go.
What's up, everybody? It is Friday, November the 3rd, 2023, and you're watching the Over the Hill Hoops podcast. I'm Patrick here in Las Vegas, joined by the big dog down there in the heart of Texas. What's up, Bread Basket?
What's going on, Cheesecake?
Dude, cheesecake. I could go for some cheesecake. I love cheesecake.
You're not lying. Me too. It's getting close to cheesecake season with Thanksgiving around the corner.
Let's go, baby. Hey, I'm good at Thanksgiving, bro. I'm good at it. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I set the high score. I set the high score at Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I'm undefeated.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing for Thanksgiving this year yet. We don't have any plans. We haven't talked about it yet, but I'm sure we'll do something. All right, let's start off the day talking about, we don't have a lot of information into this, but today is the start of the in-season tournament. From what I understand, the West and the East are split up into three groups of 5 teams. 15 teams in each. The Western Conference has 15. The Eastern Conference has 15 teams. Split into 3 groups. Tonight, they're gonna do They're gonna do the NBA in-season tournament every Tuesday and Friday. Those will be the nights for the games. Looks like it's West Pool B and the Pool B from the East playing tonight. I know it's like the Mavericks, the Thunder, the Nuggets. I don't know exactly the teams, but that's the way it's going to work. Yeah,
I got the pool. I got the Group A, B, and C pool teams. They broke down into 5 teams per group.
Right. Yeah.
And the West Group B is Denver, the Clippers, the Pelicans, Mavericks, and Houston. And the West and the East is Milwaukee, New York, Miami, Washington, and Charlotte.
Yeah, a lot of those teams are playing tonight. There's some teams from other pools, but it's mostly those 2 playing.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're going to do this for 4 games for each team, and that's going to get the seeding, I guess. And then 8 teams move to the knockout round.
So from what my understanding was, what's interesting is how they got the groups. They put their names in a hat and just drew them out.
Oh,
according to last year's the records of last year, like, you had your top teams in one pot, then so on and so on, and that's how they got the groups. So they're gonna each team in their group is gonna have 2 home games and 2 away games,
right? And
the best record of that's gonna move out to the knockout round.
Yeah, and they're also bringing that's 6 teams, but they're taking 8 teams. So I think they're doing 1 wild card from each conference. Okay, so whoever has the best record outside of those 3 that lead their groups or divisions or whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I guess that in the knockout rounds when the single elimination starts, and then that's when it moves on to Vegas for the semifinals and the finals. I guess I'm not sure how that's going to work. So
yeah.
I don't know, man, but I'm excited. It's cool. I think they're doing that to just like, if you watch some of these games right now, they're a little bit boring because it's early in the season, but I think this should really incentivize some really, really steady play, and I think we're going to see some good stuff. All right. We have 7 games tonight, but we need to talk about last night's games first. Before we started last night, we had done a lot of picks. I was 73 right picks, 47 wrong picks, and 2 pushes. You were at 62 wins, 58 wrong, and 2 pushes. Last night we had another bad night, Randy. I went 2 for 8, and you went 3 for 8. So, man, it's been a rough 3 days for us on picks.
Yeah.
It takes me to 75 right, 53 wrong, and 2 pushes. You to 65 right, 2 pushes, and 63 wrong. So you're right at a little over 500, and mine's catching up quick. I'm not too far ahead, so I need to have some better nights. All right, the first game of the night was the Raptors at the 76ers. What'd you see in this one, Big Dog?
Second, pulling my stuff up.
Oh, you good, man.
The Raptors 76ers, 114-99. Did we cover? What was the
Oh, no, hold on. No, we did not cover. It was we covered. Okay, so the over-under was 8.5 for the 76ers. We took that and won, both of us, so good for us. The over-under was 215.5 points. We both took the over, and it fell flat. 213 points in the game. The 76ers won 114-99. So, yeah, we didn't get there on the over.
the 76ers, man, they looking tough.
They are.
I mean, of course, Joel Embiid is doing Joel Embiid stuff. You're getting you got big play out of Kelly Oubre and Tobias Harris, and of course, Maxey. He's going to do his thing. DeAndre Melton. He played 21 minutes last night. He only had 4 points. Man, if he could get his points up just a little bit, maybe even to say 10 to 12, and be really consistent, man, that team is going to be scary.
They're good. Robert Covington and Kenyon Martin Jr. actually played 1 minute each last night. I didn't even remember them being in the game. They came in with the trade of James Harden, so at least they're getting some time in.
Yeah, I don't see them to start playing big minutes until like next week or so. Didn't get very much out of and then offense-wise out of Patrick Beverly.
You're never going to anymore. He had a really good steal. That 2 points was on a steal layup he got at half court. It was a really good play.
Yeah. What did you see from the Toronto?
I want to talk about this team real quick before we move on. It was really good to see Tobias Harris get it going last night. I've been hearing a lot of the people in the media talking about this is big for Tobias Harris with James Harden leaving. Like, he's back to the number 3 solid option. Like, and we saw it last night. He, like you said, 23 points. It was good to see him get going. I don't think this team's done yet. This roster they have, this isn't going to be their complete thing. I expect to see.
I don't think so either.
I think they're going to make one more big move because they got draft picks and all kinds of stuff in that deal with James Harden. I expect them to add another big player to this roster before the trade deadline.
Yeah.
On the Toronto side of the ball, they played a lot of bully ball like they did against the Bucks the night before. It was a really close game till after halftime. They were getting it done in the paint. Scotty Barnes, another 24 points. He's having a really good year. He's going to be an all-star candidate for sure. Siakam, he kind of hurt him last night. Didn't really get much going. Only 10 points. And this team's. I'm back and forth on this team. They're either fighting for the play-in. I mean, that's what they're going to be doing, I think. But like sometimes they play really well, like they did the last 2 nights. They played well against the 76ers last night. They're too tough, man. 76ers are gangster. But yeah, this team, I'm not sure how they're going to end up. Yeah, and Dennis Schroeder still doing it with 13 points last night, but I don't expect big things out of this team. They're going to be competitive in most games, but they're not going to do much this year, I don't think. But that's just me. All right, let's move on to the next game. Pistons at the Pelicans. The Pelicans won 125-116. The point spread was -7.5. You took the Pelicans at home and won. That was your lock pick for the day. You won that. I took the Pistons plus 7.5 on the road and lost. The over-under was 217.5 points. We both took the under, and it went to 241. Yeah, they both got it going offensively last night. This was a little bit like your Lake show last night with the Pistons. They dug that hole deep. They were down 20-something. And got it back within about 7 points, I think, at one point, and then they ended up losing by 9.
Yeah.
What'd you see in this game?
Like when we were doing our picks yesterday, that there was nowhere stating that Zion Williams wasn't going to play. He was a late scratch due to rest. I mean, I figured he rested enough. He hadn't played the complete season yet. So anyway, PJ McCollum was cooking last night, 33 points. I mean, he was lighting it up. Another guy I really liked that got in the starting lineup last night due to Ingram and Zion being out was Matt Ryan. Yeah. The kid, I mean, I remember when he played for the Lakers a couple years ago, when he played the Lakers, I don't know, he's averaging like maybe 10, 12 minutes a game, but he was on fire last night behind the 3-point line. Yeah,
he was knocking him down for the 3-point line. Herb Jones, too, last night. Herb Jones is he's probably going to make maybe like all-team defense this year, but he had 21, so that was a good lift for them.
Valanciunas got 23, so yeah, they were solid last night.
They were. Yeah, and the Detroit Pistons actually impressed me with how they dug that hole early and were able to fight their way out of it pretty much. Young, scrappy team. These guys are going to compete a lot, but I don't know where they're going to end up landing. Cade Cunningham with 22 points again. He didn't have a great shooting night, but that dude is he's making himself a all-star candidate as well this year, man.
Yes, I think so too. He's been doing it.
And you got Sir Thompson with 16. The rookie putting up 16. That's not bad, man. Not bad. You know, no. They didn't get a big lift from anybody else besides Sasser off the bench, 19 points. Other than that, they were kind of flat. I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect out of this team this year. All right, let's move on to the Magic at the Jazz. The Magic won 115 to 113, 218 total points in the game. This was my lock pick of the night. The Jazz minus 1.5 at home. I did not cover. We both picked it and we both lost. That was my lock pick. Unfortunately, I was wrong, and we both took the under at 221.5, and that one covered. So we won that. What'd you see in this game last night?
Utah, you cannot. I mean, they're 1 minute they're getting a big lift, and you're thinking, okay, they're going to turn it around, and the next minute they're losing to Orlando. Nothing against Orlando. It's just
Orlando slept on, man. Orlando's actually pretty decent this year.
Morgan and he 22 points. Jordan Clarkson with 21. I don't know. They just don't think they have enough help over there.
They don't. They don't.
I think they're going to be this team all year long. They're going to win. They're going to win some games. They're like, we're going to pick. No, they're going to lose, and they're going to win those games. And the games you think they're going to win, they're going to lose. I think that's what this team is going to be this year. It's going to be hard to really put any kind of faith in the Jazz this year.
No, I agree with that, man. Like, you look at Lauri Markkanen. He is an all-star player. He's going to be an all-star again this year. But I think he's a number 2 player. I don't think he's a number 1 player. That's what that team needs. They need a number 1 player to come in, like a big-time name, and have him as the number 2. John Collins is the number 3. Like, that's what they need, I think. I think they're missing that one big player. That's just my opinion. I love Lauri Markkanen. I think he's great.
Oh, yeah, I like him. He's a good player.
All right, over on the Orlando Magic side of the ball, man, these guys, I don't know what to make of this team yet. I know it's still early and we're trying to figure out everyone's identities, but man, sometimes these guys look really good. It's like, I said this about Detroit. I say this about a lot of teams. They're not going to be real great, but these teams are really competitive. Like, they're not like the Wizards or the Trailblazers, who aren't going to be really competitive in a lot of games. They're going to be bad teams. This team's going to lose a lot of games, but they're going to be competitive. Paolo Banchero knocking down 30. It's a big night for him, man. That's what they need. That's what they need out of him. Rookie of the year last year. They're going to need that. Franz Wagner, 21. Of course, we know what he's going to do. He's probably going to make an all-star this year. And then they got 18 off the bench with Cole Anthony. I like that. I like that dude coming off the bench, man. Yeah, this is one of those teams. They're young. I think they're one of the 3rd or 4th youngest teams in basketball. I can't remember, but yeah, this could be a team that's on the rise if they get a superstar down there. They got a lot of young kids. They need a big superstar and a couple of veterans in that locker room, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, let's move on to the Spurs at the Suns. The Spurs won 132 to 121. We both took the Suns at home minus 8.5 and lost. And then the over-under was 226.5 points. We both took the under and lost. It went to 253 points in regulation. What'd you see in this game?
Dude, maybe. I mean, I understand Bradley Beal's not there. Maybe, I mean, with Devin Booker and KD, I mean, Booker's first came back from his ankle injury, 31 points, and KD had 28. Both of them had 2 good solid nights, but just wasn't enough. Maybe we have this team a little higher than we.
I don't think so.
We got. I don't know, man. Or is it just San Antonio is just they're just out there street fighting.
They're another one of those really scrappy teams. I'm not real worried about the Suns. If you look back to last year, I think Kevin Durant only played 15 or 20 games with them when he came over in the trade. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't
a lot.
And so they're still trying to figure that out, I think, and they haven't seen Bradley Beal yet. They gave up the farm to get these 3 superstars, and they're not on the court together. So I'm not real worried about them. The only three players that are playing really well right now are Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Grayson Allen. Yeah. You're not. Nurkic played well the first 2 games, but hasn't really done much. Josh Okogie's not doing much. Drew Eubanks is playing decent off the bench, but other than that, you're not really getting a lot. KBD got a little bit off the bench last night, but that's the first time we've seen him this year. Mm-hmm. So like they're not. Eric Gordon's not really getting it done either. I don't know. They're gonna figure this out. They just need to get all 3 of their players healthy and on the court at the same time. And even then, they're still going to be growing pains because they haven't played together. So it's gonna take a while for them to gel. I think. You look at them in about February, and I bet they're going to be rolling though.
Yeah. What about the Spurs side? The scrappy team right here.
Boy, my God, dude. All right, I want to ask you a serious question about Victor Wembanyama. We saw him play in the summer league live, and we weren't real impressed. And I think since that game, he has gotten progressively better every step of the way. I see this dude, and I'm like, what do you see out of this kid, man? Like, it's insane what he's doing.
Oh man, his ceiling is through the roof. I mean, is 15 for 26 from the field, 3 from 6 on the 3-point line. He's 7'4"?
He's listed somewhere between 7'3.5" and 7'6". I hear different reports every time, so I don't know how tall he is, but he looks like he's 6 inches taller than Kevin Durant. 7 inches taller.
How do you stop him?
You don't. There's no way. He is so skilled at shooting the ball, passing the ball, and running the floor. He needs to get better at recognizing, hey, I'm 7'6", I'm 7 whatever, and this guy behind me is 6'5". I need to back him down, not do a turnaround jump shot on him. Right. You know what I mean? That type of stuff. That'll come with time when he puts on weight too. So
they hadn't played against any really big guys yet.
He hasn't yet. No, he hasn't played Embiid. He hasn't played Joker.
What I would like for him to do is like, you remember when Giannis came to the league? I mean, and then like year 2 or 3, how he just his physique he put on some muscle.
Oh yeah.
And like how his frame is. I would love to see Wemby like that.
I don't think Wemby's ever going to get that big like that, but he's going to. If you look at Kevin Durant when he came to the league to what he looks like now, he's still thin, but he has the weight behind him. He's got some of the muscle behind him. He's going to be a bit more like that because he's more of a finesse player. I look back at guys that are 7'5", 7'6", and how they played. Like I think about like Sean Bradley. He was listed at 7'6", and he could not move. You know what I mean?
No.
Look at George Mearson, 7'7", and they ran like oak trees. This guy runs like the wind, dude. Like he can get in transition. The only problem I have with him is go get a defensive rebound. Go get an offensive rebound. He's always looking to run the floor like a point guard. Like whenever they're on defense and the offense shoots and it's a brick, instead of getting going in the paint, he's already at the 3-point line waiting for transition. I just want to see him. I want to see him get in there and get some boards, man. He could average 12 to 15 boards a game, dude, with how tall he is.
Oh, easy. And I think he should be having more than 2 blocks a game.
I agree. Yeah, the Spurs
38 points last night, season high so far, career high so far.
That was tough.
Not
That's
bad.
tough. The Spurs were running away with this. I think in the second half, when Devin Vassell got hurt, it kind of hurt him. So he was giving them 7. He already had 17 minutes. So seeing him go down with I guess it was a groin injury. I think it was. And then, the Spurs kind of made a run to catch back. I mean, the Suns made a run to kind of catch back up, but then the Spurs shut them down. Zach Collins had 19. Doug McDermott, still in the league. I didn't know he was still around. He knocked down 2 3-pointers. And this team, I don't know. I'm still back and forth. I had this team picked as the 8th seed in our preseason picks, so I might have to stick by that, dude. I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to be in there scrapping like that. Hey, anything's possible, and it all depends on how the Spurs are going to go. My opinion, as far as Wemby's going to take them.
Right. If he plays like he did last night, they're going to make the playoffs. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
All right, that covers last night's games. Let's move into tonight's games. We got some bangers tonight, actually. Randy, you pull up some injury reports for me, and I'll get the betting lines. First game of the night is the Cleveland Cavaliers at the Indiana Pacers. This should be a banger game. Who you got on the report for tonight?
For Cleveland, Darius Garland and Jared Allen are both game time. decision. And the Pacers, you have Tyrese Halliburton and Jalen Smith game time. That's it.
I hope Halliburton goes. All right, so the Cavs are favored by 2.5 on the road, and the over/under is 224.5 points. What are you thinking on this one?
Man, the Cavs and the Pacers kind of like those other teams we're talking about with Utah.
So wishy-washy. You never know what team you're going to get from night to night.
I know.
Well, to be fair, the Pacers only had that one loss at Boston without Tyrese Halliburton. They got blown out by 50 points or whatever it was, but they've been pretty solid.
I'm going to go with the Pacers. And the under.
You're taking the Pacers plus 2.5 and under 224.5. Yeah, I like the Pacers too. I wish I knew if Tyrese Halliburton was playing. That's what this whole deal hinges on for me. And I like the over. I like the over in this game. When Tyrese Halliburton plays, they put up big numbers, so we'll see how this goes. All right, next game of the night is the New York Knicks at the Milwaukee Bucks. Should be another banger of a game.
For the Knicks, RJ Barrett is game time, and Andre Jackson Jr. is game time for the Bucks.
All right. The Bucks are favored by 5.5 at home, and the over/under is 224.5 points.
Man, I'm gonna go with Milwaukee and over.
Milwaukee's struggling this year. I knew they would. I told you this. I said, it's going to be hard to get another superstar added to that roster. They're going to have to take a little time to gel. It's been a couple of good games and a couple of ugly ones.
Yeah.
And the Knicks are kind of the same way, though. They play great one night and they play bad the next. I like the Bucks at home, and I like the over. I think Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle get it going tonight, so we'll see a score get up, and Dame's gonna have a redemption game too, so I'm expecting over 224. You took the Bucks and under 224.5, right?
Do what?
You took the Bucks and under. You took the over. Okay, gotcha. All right, next game up is the Washington Wizards at the Miami Heat. Who do you got on the injury report for this one?
Caleb Martin is out, and Jimmy Butler is game time for Miami, and Daniel Gafford is game time, and that's it.
I'm excited to see Daniel Gafford get back. I actually like him a lot there in Washington. He's probably one of the bright spots that's been missing for them. The Heat are favored by 9.5 at home, and the over/under is 225.5 points. What you think?
I don't think. I'm going for the Heat. With the Heat, I don't think that Washington's Tyler Hero is going to score 30 points tonight. Of course, this is becoming his team, so I'm going to go with the Heat and the 225.5.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the under.
Yeah, these teams have been bad. I don't love this line. I'm going to take the Heat at home. I would never bet this. I don't think the Miami Heat are playing good enough to beat any team by 9.5 points. No. They're going to have a big night, though. Washington's not a defensive team at all. 225.5. I'm going to take the over. Taking the Heat and the over. You're taking the Heat and the under.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on to the Brooklyn Nets at the Chicago Bulls. Who you got out tonight?
Cameron Johnson's out. Nick Claxton's out. Spencer Dinwiddie's game time, and Dennis Smith Jr.'s game time for the Nets. Zach LaVine for the Bulls is game time.
All right, Bulls are favored by 3.5 at home. The over/under is 221.5 points. What you got?
5 points. Damn, it's gonna be a good one. Cam Thompson. Golly. I wish I knew if Zach LaVine was going to play or not.
Yeah, that's a big one for them.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. I feel like you're going to take the Bulls, so I'm going to take the Nets. I need to catch up.
What about the over/under?
Oh, I'm going to take the over.
Actually, I'm going to take the Nets. I think the Nets are slept on. I think they're a much better team than people are giving them credit for, and I think the Bulls are not that great. I think they're not gonna. I know they both have the same record, 2-2 and 2-3, but yeah, I'm gonna take the Nets, and I think I'm gonna take the under as well. I don't expect big scoring nights out of these teams. You took the Bulls and the over. I mean, you took the Nets and the over.
Nets and over.
Yeah, I got the Nets and the under. All right, moving on to another banger game tonight. The Warriors at the Thunder. Who you got in this one? Or who you got on the injury report in this one?
No one's out for the Warriors, and for OKC, Shea Alexander's out.
He's out? Oh.
Yes.
Well, we're going to see what this team's made of without Shea in there. All right.
Williams is game time, and yeah, so that's it.
Okay, SGA out tonight. All right, so the Warriors are favored by 6.5 on the road, and the over-under is 227.5 points.
I am going with Chef Curry and the under since Shea's out.
I agree 100%. I'm going with Chef Curry and the under. Chef's going to cook tonight, and I'm curious to see what this OKC team can do without SGA. So,
yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next game. The Dallas Mavericks at the Denver Nuggets. This is a banger game tonight, man. Who you got on the?
Kyrie Irving is game time. Max Kleber is game time for Dallas. For Denver, Jamal Murray, and the Joker's game time, and Christian Braun is game time.
Oh, that stinks if they're game time decisions.
Yes.
They're playing at home. They should play, right? Like, I would think they're gonna play.
I would think.
And Kyrie's been out for a few games. What's he been out with? I don't even know what his injury
I
is.
haven't heard. I don't know if they were just resting him or if he
surely not this early in the season. He's got to have something. He's got to have something going on. I'm not even sure what his injury is.
Yeah, probably some sort of soreness, I'm sure.
All right, the Nuggets are -7.5, and the over/under is 224.5. Mavericks are 4-0. Nuggets are 4-1. Going to be a really good game tonight if all the players play.
Yeah, if all the
hold
players play.
on. I forgot about this. These are all group play tournaments except the very first game we talked about. So these guys are probably going to play, I would assume. These are all the in-season group play tournaments. So the Nuggets are favored by 7.5, and the over/under is 224.5 points.
Going with Denver and the over.
Man, the Mavericks are really good this year so far.
They are.
You got two MVP candidates playing against each other. The line's pretty big. I think I'm going to take the Mavericks on the road. I expect it to be a tight game. And I'm going to take the over, too. I expect to see free throws at the end of the game. So, Mavericks and over. You took the Nuggets and over, right?
Yep.
All right. Moving on to the last game of the night. The Memphis Grizzlies at the Portland Trail Blazers.
All right. For the Grizzlies, Derrick Rose is out. And for Portland, Anthony Simmons is out. Scoot Henderson is out. And Sheldon Sharp is game time.
Ooh, if they don't have Sheldon Sharp, they might be in trouble. He's been their leading scorer, I think, this year. The Grizzlies are favored 3.5 on the road, and the over/under is 220.5.
I don't like this matchup at all. But let me see. 220.5 is the.
Yeah, it's the over/under. Yeah.
Jesus. I'm thinking Memphis is going to get their first win.
You're sticking with that. You're sticking with it.
I'm going to go with. I got to get one upon you. I got to get the ground.
Memphis is going to get their first win.
I don't even want to pick this one today. I don't even want to make no pick on it. But I'm going to go with Memphis in the over.
Memphis and the over 220.5. I don't know. Memphis is going to have to prove to me they can beat somebody first. I'm going to take the Blazers as bad as they are. I'm going to take them at home, and then I'm going to take the under 220.5. Yeah, I don't love that one either. That's just kind of one of those. I'm going to take the home team. Which one of these is your lock for the night? Which one is your favorite betting line?
Let me look.
Yeah, I'm trying to see which one I actually like the best. They're a little bit spread out, but and it can be an under bet or an over bet if you like that one the best. It doesn't have to be the actual pick.
I'm going to go with the Warriors and the Thunder is my lock.
You like the Warriors minus 6.5 as your lock?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do. That's mine as well. That was the one that stood out the most to me, especially with Shea being out. So, yeah, I like the Warriors tonight. That's our lock picks. So, even though it didn't work out well for me yesterday, you hit yours.
Yeah.
All right, that's all the coverage we have of these. Yesterday's video, we forgot to cover 2 games. Apparently,
Really?
I skipped the Rockets. I don't even remember who the Rockets played, and there was and the Thunder. The Thunder was also another game we skipped. I missed both of those somehow, but whatever. Sometimes I'm gonna miss stuff. Well, what do you got? What else you got today? You got anything going on? NBA? No. Ready for the in-season tournament to start?
Yeah, I am for that. I'm excited to see that. Yeah, for sure. Ooh, yeah. So I was reading the deal up last night. Excuse me. Apparently, James Harden is already having problems with one of his teammates. They wouldn't say who. They didn't elaborate, but they were saying that they're already having conflict in the locker room with one of the teammates. I'm like, dude, you've been there like 30 seconds and you already have problems.
Yeah, you saw in his interview, he's not a system player. He is a system. Like he's just James Harden is a great player. I mean, don't get me wrong, but dude, these players got to lose some ego at some point. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's like if you get married and you get a divorce, right? And then you get married again and you get a divorce, and you get married again and you get a divorce, and you keep doing this over and over again. Eventually, you have to realize, hey, maybe I'm the problem.
Yeah.
That's what James Harden does. Like, he just goes team to team, and he sets it on fire. Like, I don't know, man.
Well, my deal with him is like that interview said, stupid dog. I'm going to, he's like the interview, like, it'd be one thing if he was in the prime of his career and he's throwing up 39 points a game, the triple-doubles, double-doubles, and he's unstoppable, but you're on the backside of your career and you're saying that. How about get some humble pie,
Yeah,
like,
Russ got some of that. Russ got a little bit of that humble pie when he was at the Lakers. He got some of that, hey, you know what? Maybe it's time to consider myself just a good player. I'm not that amazing player anymore that I used to be. I don't know.
Yeah. His ego is very big.
Yeah, James needs a big slice of humble pie. He really does.
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
I think that's it. I don't think we have anything else today, unless you want to talk about some food or something. We talked about.
I can always talk about food. I can always talk about food.
What'd you eat for supper last night?
We had like wings.
Oh, we're from. Where'd you get them from?
Store-bought.
Oh, store-bought wings. Oh yeah, I like the Anitizers or something from Walmart or whatever.
Yeah,
those are pretty good. I cooked up some spaghetti and green beans and garlic bread. It's pretty good stuff, man. My spaghetti's not terrible.
Not terrible.
Yeah, I'm not bad at it, man. I'm not bad at it. I'm pretty good at eating food.
That's the only thing you're good at.
I can drink beer. I'm pretty good at that too. I can choke on coffee in the mornings.
Yeah, you can't, dude. Speaking of that, yesterday at lunch, we were. I came home for lunch from work and sitting there with my wife, and what were we eating? I was eating, and then I choked on a fry. I got to laughing, because it reminded me you choked on that coffee.
I wish I could have seen that.
Okay? I know. She goes, "You okay?" I was like, "No, I'm dying here." I was like, "I almost died." She said, "What?" And I showed her that video.
Oh yeah,
you choked on it. Dude, it was so funny.
I got roasted a little bit in the comments yesterday by David Plumley. He said, "I like it when the guy with the big face says an NBA player needs to lose some weight. Get out of here with that, punk, man." Come on, man. I'm not hating on Kenneth Lofton Jr., but he could. There's some certain players that need to shed a little bit. I'm not in the NBA, bro. Okay, I don't need to lose weight. I can sit in this chair at 900 pounds. You know what I mean?
It's like a personal trainer weighing 380 and trying to train someone to get in shape.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I mean, hey, I didn't say I could do it, or I needed. You know what I mean? I'm just saying he should probably slim down a little bit for the NBA. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. David, now I don't know if you've seen David in a while, but he's got a big old gun on him.
Does he?
Yeah.
Really? I haven't seen him in years, man. So.
Yeah. He'll watch this. I think he's subscribed and he's been watching all our podcasts. So
nice.
Appreciate that, homie.
Yeah, appreciate it, David. We need to bring him on one of these days. I know he's not a real big basketball guy, but it'd be cool to get some guests on here. We do plan on doing that at some point, so.
Hopefully we get him in next week. So
yeah, whenever, man. We definitely want some guests on the show to get some, a little more, some little flavor and some opinions from other people. So, I got some other people that may want to come on with us eventually. So, well, I think that's it. You got anything else?
No.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the Over the Hill Hoops podcast. We are out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. Deuces.
Peace.
Let's go.